What's up and welcome back to the Run the North podcast. This week it's just me and Miller again. Jakey boy is doing that thing where he pretends to have a life. It's pretty lame. Not a fan of that.
Cringe.
Right, dude? Who doesn't just sit in their house and watch ball? Of all kinds. Been a lot of basketball on lately. Baseball started up. There's still film to watch. I'm so behind.
I am too, but I have been catching up like a madman, and I have been doing it at the cost of my grades and education.
See, I can't catch up like a madman. I'm trying to get YouTube videos out, man. Daily uploads is a tough.
I've watched, I think, 30 players in the past week.
Nice. I've watched
Something
like 10.
25 or 30, something stupid like that. Like, I cleared out interior line, and I'm wrapping up corners tonight.
Yeah, I need to just go stop with how I've been doing it and go normal, because going like position by position ain't gonna work, because I'm gonna miss half the positions on the field. I need to for sure get through all of the like first and second round guys, or like the guys who could be second rounders, and then like just kind of pick up some scraps. Like, why the fuck was one of the first receivers I watched Luke McCaffrey? What am I doing?
Luke fucking McCaffrey.
What am I doing, dog? I'm fucking up, bud. But yeah, I don't know, man. Today mostly we're just gonna be doing a viewer mailbag. We asked you guys questions on Twitter, so we're gonna ask you guys to send us questions on Twitter. I know how to talk. But aside from that, Miller, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Trying to think of what I've done in the past week other than watch film for an interesting conversation. Yeah, 2 weeks, true. I don't know. I've just been existing. I haven't done a whole lot. That's not true. I got back into Transformers. That's been my big thing the past 2 weeks. I relearned that I love Transformers, which has made me very happy, but also very sad because I don't have money to buy toys.
Bro wants
but
toys.
I do. I want more. I want an Optimus Prime to sit on my desk. I do. With full confidence, I do.
I think I have an Optimus Prime laying around somewhere.
I'm jealous. I used to have like 10 Optimus Primes, and then they got sold because I grew up, and now I'm sad that we did that.
I used to subscribe to Loot Crate before they went bankrupt.
They went bankrupt?
At one point, yeah. Then they got bought out, and now they exist again, but I don't know if they're any good. And I don't know. As much as I want to, the scenario of it taking like 6 months for me to get my last couple of packages from them has me really like, I don't know if I want to pay for it again. Also, they went from $15 to $30 now.
Ooh.
Like, I get it. That's the reason I bought it, is $15 for the amount of stuff I'm getting. That's insane. Because it was like a t-shirt plus 4 other things. I was like, dude. And like a lot of the stuff behind me was like Loot Crate stuff. They used to send out Funko Pops.
Yeah.
It's like, dude. Or like these things, they're like comic book covers, but
that's
pop
pretty
out.
cool.
Yeah. Those were sick. A lot of cool stuff from Loot Crate. Now I just want to pay for Loot Crate again. God dang it.
But what did I watch? I watched the Netflix like War for Cybertron trilogy.
Nice.
Which maybe because my exposure to Transformers as a kid was the Michael Bay movies. And like looking back on it, I should have done fucking, how old would I have been? I was 4 when the first one came out. And then I was still into Transformers into like, you know, my preteens. I should have been more aware of how good old Transformers were, like the G1 era, because growing up on the Bayverse makes me sad because it's so bad in hindsight. Like the character, the characterization of them makes me so sad. Like, dude, Optimus Prime in the Bayverse is not Optimus Prime. And it makes me so sad to look at it. No, he loses all of his like depth and what makes him a good leader.
He's a robot. He doesn't need depth. He's a robot.
Yes, he does. No, Optimus Prime is such a deep character.
I would have no clue. I've seen the Bayverse.
Dude, genuinely. Right. Like, and I mean, they're fine. Like, turn off your brain, robot blow shit up, cool movies because that's what they're aimed to be. But like looking at it from like the actual lore perspective of Transformers, Optimus Prime goes from like this stoic leader who doesn't take pride in killing but kills when necessary and is less concerned with like winning the war and is more concerned with just like what's the right way to put it? More concerned with protecting freedom and I'm trying to think how to word that. Protecting freedom and also like overcoming his flaws because he fucks up a lot. And then in the Bayverse, they're just like, what if Cool Truckman ripped everybody's face off? And like that's cool for that type of movie. But I just wish I would have known that Optimus Prime was like a deeper character because the work for Cybertron movie shows. Nemesis Prime is cool as shit, I won't lie. The concept of Megatron and Optimus Prime getting turned into like little lackeys by Unicron is crazy.
Yeah. And then Bumblebee fighting Optimus. That was fun times.
Which movie was that?
Nemesis Prime. He fought Nemesis Prime.
Yeah, but wasn't that in one of the main movies?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It was in the night one.
I have no idea.
I think it was in the night one because I think that's the one where Mark Wahlberg's like, "Look, I have a sword now."
Mark Wahlberg. I stopped caring about Transformers when Shia LaBeouf was no longer in the movies.
Which is fair.
Shia was the reason Transformers was good.
It's so funny though, because I watched a video essay recently talking about like the Bayverse and more so it was called like appreciating the Bayverse or appreciating base Transformers or something. And the shift from Shia to Mark Wahlberg, when you consider the demographic of those movies at that time, makes so much sense. Because Shia was supposed to be like the everyman that everyone could be like, oh, I could be like that guy. And then Transformers, because of the genre of movie it was in and the type of people that those movies were attracting, like, and this is like not just an assumption, this is like statistical demographic data, was like middle-aged Republicans because the movies started to become like allegories for democracy and America fighting back and whatnot. So it started to attract those type of people, and who better to appeal to them than Marky Mark?
Than the guy who commits hate crimes, right?
Exactly.
Right.
That's my point.
That tracks.
He fits with them perfectly.
Oh yeah. Did you?
And then also like
since the last time we talked, you see the tattoo? It's not done, but
what is it? I just can't
it's obviously not done, but it's Cap's shield and Thor's hammer.
That's right. You told me about that. I see it now.
Yeah,
that's cool as hell.
You hadn't seen it yet, so
yeah.
It's
that's
healing
awesome.
very poorly at the moment. Apparently, I am allergic to red and white ink, so
that's tough.
All it does is make it really itchy, and like it heals slower. So it's just like annoying, which is good. Like it won't be bad. It's just like it should already be fully healed, and it's not close.
That's gonna put a damper on your fullback American flag tattoo, I guess.
That one's not coming.
Oh, can you not get the funding for it?
Yeah, definitely not. I can't get the funding for all the other ones I want either. I'm quite poor.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt your Transformers thing. I just remembered I had a tattoo.
That's an important thing to remember. But yeah, watching that, and then I've been rewatching clips of Transformers Animated, which was my shit when I was little. That was my other big exposure to Transformers. It's just made me reappreciate Transformers, and I wish. See, I went through this phase, which a lot of people do, but I went through this phase of like late elementary school or early middle school of like, I'm too cool for nerdy shit, so I'm gonna stop paying attention.
Oh, what a bozo.
And then as I've gotten older, I'm like, wait, no, this shit's really cool, which is how I got back into Star Wars, how I got into superheroes, how I'm getting back into Transformers, how I got into D&D. Like, this is shit that I should have grown up with, and I stopped myself from growing up with because I thought I was too cool, and I regret it immensely. Because at that point, that's when I found football, and in my brain, if I liked football, I can't like nerdy things. And then I found out that's just not true.
When growing up, I didn't have like the ability to watch a bunch of stuff. So like the animated Justice League series was like the only
Banger.
thing I ever really watched, because I had other friends who like owned all the discs for it, and I would borrow those. But like I didn't get to watch all the other animated series growing up, and it made me very sad.
Well,
It's very
JLU or was it JLU or just Justice League?
Just Justice League and
Well,
JLU.
yeah, I mean,
I think we had both. He had
Well, yeah.
both because I'd steal his stuff.
If that's the one thing you get to watch as a kid, I think you're doing pretty all right.
Yeah.
Justice League and JLU are great.
But like Batman the animated series and Batman Beyond.
Yeah. See, I've never been a big Batman Beyond fan.
I will never forgive Warner Brothers for not giving me the new Batman Beyond that was pitched as like a Spider-Verse thing.
Now that I'm upset by. Even as someone who's not a big fan of the IP, I'm upset by that.
It would have been so good. I hate DC, man. They're so bad at everything. At least Marvel does stuff.
Kinda.
They do things all the time. There's shows all the time.
Yeah, but quality over quantity.
Yeah, but see, literally everything Marvel has made is better than anything actual DC in ever. Name me one good DC movie. The Batman.
The DCAMU and the Batman.
The animated stuff I wasn't counting in my brain.
Okay, I was gonna say because the
animated stuff,
listen,
that's valid. I go back and watch
the animated stuff clears anything Marvel's ever done.
I don't know about that, but the animated stuff, give me the animated stuff is why I wanted Jensen Ackles as real Red Hood for so long, and now he's too old. Now he could play a pretty badass Batman though.
But did you see who's really like vying to play Batman?
No.
Fucking Jack Reacher. I can't think of his name.
Oh no.
Alan Rickson. I think that's his. Is it Rickson?
I think so. I don't know. No. Give me Jensen Ackles, man. Give me Jensen.
Alan Richson. Not Rich. Rich.
Same thing.
Yeah. He was also in Blue Mountain State. I don't know why my brain didn't go there first. I've never fucking seen Reacher.
No, but those ads were all over TikTok for a while.
That's
the one where the mom was getting like robbed. But yeah. Great one.
That scene goes crazy though.
It does. No, and it makes so much more sense because the original Reacher was Tom Cruise, which like can't make sense. 90% of all dudes are beating the fuck out of Tom Cruise, dog. I promise.
Yeah.
Jesus. It was never believable. Oh, he's gonna go take on 10 dudes. It's like, no. New Reacher, it's like, yeah, I'm not fucking with that guy.
Well, that's like speaking of scenes on TikTok, I keep getting TikTok clips of Justice League, ironically.
Yeah.
And I saw the one yesterday, and it's one of my favorite Batman scenes ever, where him and Wonder Woman are like put up on a roof, staking something out, and Wonder Woman starts to like try to flirt with him, and he's like, no.
He's like, well, yeah. I'm just an orphan with issues. It's literally one of his lines.
He says, "I'm a rich kid with
I'm just an orphan with issues."
How does he put it? I'm trying to remember what he says to her. He says, "You're a warrior princess, and I'm a rich kid with issues." He calls himself a rich kid with issues.
Does he? I swear he said he was an orphan with issues.
Maybe he says a rich orphan with issues.
Maybe
because he definitely he mentions rich. Batman's got to flex his wealth.
Always.
He can't go 2 seconds without bringing it up.
Well, for sure. I mean, without his wealth, he wouldn't be Batman. He'd just be a guy.
True. He'd just be man.
He'd just be man. Yeah. So we should probably get into our questions. As much as I would rather sit here and be nerdy.
About sports.
Unfortunately, I got it. I got them open. I'll lead the charge here.
Okay.
Who the hell are you and what? Oh, dude, Twitter and the like hidden promoted tweets confuses me. It's like, what is this response?
We got an in bio response.
Oh, did we? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's not what I was looking at.
Yeah, we got one.
Nice. It's not there anymore, so that's also nice.
Must have gotten rid of it.
Okay, so Elite Riley, what are the chances that Caleb Williams wins Offensive Rookie of the Year? Because when you look back, most number 1 overall picks don't actually end up winning it.
Well, the key difference between Caleb Williams and most number one overall picks is they step into complete shit shows.
True.
Caleb Williams might have the best supporting cast a number one pick has ever had.
But then there's this other issue. Marvin Harrison and Kyler Murray go burr.
Well,
also, what happens if... Right. Okay, Marvin Harrison and Justin Herbert go burr. There's only so many... unless he ends up on, like, the Patriots. But even then, Jacoby Brissett and Marvin Harrison go burr.
You know better than anybody. They don't care about receiver go burr.
That's true.
If a competent quarterback exists in the rookie class.
What I think the real question is which quarterback do the Vikings get, and does he start most of the year? Because if the Vikings end up with Drake May, that's a real race for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
If the Vikings end up with J.J. McCarthy, it won't be, because half the year will be Sam Darnold. That just is what it is. But I think the Bears are the best situation a rookie's gone to in forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Bears and the Vikings are great situations. I feel bad for whoever gets drafted to the Patriots and Commanders. That's sad. Career's probably over. It's the Justin Fields thing. You get drafted to a bad team, you probably aren't going to develop well.
I don't want to say career over, because I think it's too early to judge with the Patriots regime just because it's brand new. So we don't know what they're capable of development-wise.
I just mean...
Well, yeah, the roster sucks, but they have Jacoby. If they draft a quarterback and don't play him day one...
True, that would be smart.
And they sit him behind Jacoby, develop... Like, if Drake's at 3, right? The Commanders are absolute idiots. They take Jaden Daniels at 2. If Drake's at 3, the Patriots take Drake, and they play Jacoby for the majority of the season, let Drake sit, which is a very real possibility, then... I know you're thinking, the Vikings would trade up.
No, I'm thinking, I love how it's going to be for the next month. There's going to be so many things said. What's true, what's not, who knows? J.J. McCarthy really is becoming Will Levis, and it's incredible. Because now the Patriots and Commanders want J.J. McCarthy instead. It's like, okay. Or is Drake May just getting hosed? Which is also possible. Drake May also could just be, we don't have to like the guy, but this draft class is Deshaun Watson, where it's like for no reason, he just starts falling and becomes the third or fourth quarterback off the board when everybody was like, he was the best one, though. Obviously, Drake May is not the best one because Caleb actually...
But the best one that's actually available.
Yeah, because Caleb's already signed, dude. I don't... Did
you see that he accepted one top 30 visit? Like he went to dinner with Chicago and then was like, you can call the others off. Well, not even call the others off because he didn't even plan to schedule with the others.
He's going to Chicago. We all know that. Did you not see Ryan Poles on the McAfee show where Pat McAfee's like, and you're getting Caleb Williams, and Poles like tried to play it off and McAfee's like, you're getting Caleb, and he's like, ah.
Well, they did the same thing to Eberflus because he was... I can't. It might have been on the Pat McAfee show. I don't remember who he was talking to, but he was like, we're going to get to bring Caleb in, and we're going to get to go over some of the stuff that we've installed and kind of continue to build off of that and see where we go going forward. And Poles kind of looked at him like, I mean, we all know that's happening, but genuinely speaking, like, double-sided here. I don't want to write off either the quarterbacks that go 2 or 3 because I think it's too early to tell with the 2 regimes. Because even if you go to Washington, at least you have...
I thought you meant for, like, rookie. He's not. I don't think either of those quarterbacks are winning Rookie of the Year. Unless they, lead the Patriots or the Commanders to the playoffs, because then it's like, narratives.
But in terms of development, I think they'll be fine. But in terms of Rookie of the Year, I mean, again, depending on what direction the Vikings go, I guess, I do think it's Caleb's award to lose.
Yeah.
If he is,
again, unless it's like Drake May in Minnesota, then it's a real race and that's more fun. But I, as much as I want Drake May, I know that's a pipe dream, but I'm going to continue dreaming. I'm allowed to.
I'm starting to get this sneaking suspicion for Minnesota, and I swear to God, I'm not saying this is a negative thing because I like this guy way more than everyone else seems to.
JJ?
I really think they're going to stick at 11 and take Bo Nix.
No. Don't draft a fucking quarterback then. I'm sorry, Sam Darnold is a better prospect today than Bo Nix or Michael Penix, and they're almost the same fucking age.
With Nix, I highly disagree.
I don't.
I like Nix a lot.
I really don't. No, and weirdly, we didn't even consider talking to Bo Nix. Nobody went to his pro day, and we haven't talked to him. If we're taking one that's not the top 4 guys, which it looks like we're out on Jaden Daniels too.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't invite him for a visit at all. Mm-hmm. And we weren't sending people to pro days. If we wanted you, we went on a visit. And we went with, well, I'm sure we wanted to with Caleb, but also what's the fucking point? So it was Drake May, it was JJ, and then Penix. I think if we do anything, we're taking Penix at 23 and taking defense at 11. And I hate it. I genuinely hate it. No, the whole thing of people saying there's a chance that the Vikings wait until 2025 for a quarterback, I think that's real.
Well, it could be.
I think if JJ and Drake May aren't in a place where we can get up to get them, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Because you can rock with Sam Darnold for a year or even 2. Well, he's only on a 1-year deal. You can re-sign him.
Yeah, the market for Sam Darnold isn't going to be that big, guys.
Well, if he goes crazy, we did it for Case Keenum. We can do it for Sam Darnold, who's better than Case Keenum on maybe a better team, honestly.
I'm trying to be nice and help you with your agenda.
But it's like, well, and it's one of those things. We can find another bridge quarterback who's mediocre if needed. That's not that big of an issue. And who knows, maybe Jaron Hall is the bridge quarterback post this. You never know. My goat. Nick Mullins can be
bridge. You say bridge, I say franchise.
Well, if he would have decided not to be afraid of throwing the football, he would be the franchise.
I'd be afraid of throwing the football too.
Would you? That's unfortunate.
If I stepped onto an NFL field right now and took a snap, I would be afraid to throw the football, yes.
Nah, if I see 18 over that's the issue. Number 18 was on the field. I'm just throwing it towards him. He'll figure it out.
I'd overthink it.
I'm just throwing it towards 18. He'll figure it out.
See, I'd take the snap and just start screaming for CJ Ham to come save me. That's where you and I differ.
Yeah. But I do love all of the smoke screens because everything's a smoke screen right now. And nothing's real. And so I'm just going to keep living in my Delulu world where we get Drake May. And that's all that matters to me is that we get Drake May.
Jinx it.
Drake May or JJ McCarthy. Anything else is going to make me really upset. Jaden Daniels would be fine, but apparently the team doesn't want him, so I know that's not actually going to happen. Like we didn't.
Does anyone want Jaden Daniels?
The Commanders.
I don't believe it.
And the Giants and the Patriots and
the Giants would want me.
I really think the Giants aren't in a spot where taking a quarterback makes sense, but that's.
I don't think they're in a spot
I made that
where
argument for the Patriots,
possible.
But right? You still got to pay Daniel Jones so much fucking money.
And not only that, but by the time you pick at 6, there's not a quarterback there worth taking.
Unless somebody falls. But even then, realistically, let's say the Vikings don't trade up. It goes whatever order, Williams, Daniels, May. J.J. McCarthy's there at 6. For the Giants, is J.J. McCarthy really better than 2 first-round picks? And some change, maybe? No.
If you're really high on Daniel Jones as the Giant, or not Daniel Jones, if you're really high on JJ as the Giants, I'd take him. Quarterback's in one position where I'm not waiting. If there's a guy that falls into my lap and I have a high grade on him,
and that's how you end up like the fucking Bears. I don't know how many times I gotta say this.
Okay.
The only difference is the Giants are a worse roster than the Bears were when they drafted Fields.
Don't throw him into the fire right away. Fields wasn't gonna. That's the thing people forget with Fields. He wasn't gonna play originally. He only stepped in because Andy Dalton got hurt. He was supposed to sit.
No,
for the
but they
majority
also
of
had
that
Nick
year.
Foles. He could have sat. They chose to put Fields into a system that didn't make sense because the
They
team
didn't
was
have Nick
bad.
Foles at that point.
Yeah, they did.
Nick Foles was gone at that point.
No.
I am 95% sure Nick Foles was gone.
I gotta go find the year.
Because Foles was brought in as comp for Trubisky.
Where's years? Where's things? Where's
Oh, they did have Foles. You were right. My bad.
Some people just
I know the
I thought Foles
Bears
was gone
better
by
than
that
Miller
point.
football.
Oh no, you know one roster member on the 2021 Bears. I didn't know Nick Foles was on the team, but I can tell you who the fucking backup left tackle was.
Buckle
Hush
up.
yourself. Yeah.
Are we
It might
buckling
as well
up?
have been the backup left tackle because fucking Latavius Simmons didn't do anything.
But yeah, no. Back to the original point. Yeah, it's basically Caleb Williams' award to lose, barring Marvin Harrison Jr. being literally God, and
Yeah.
though actually the real
Or
competition.
Jalen Polk getting frisky.
No, I think the real competition would be like Trey Benson or like Braylon
I can see
Allen. A running back's the only real competition to quarterback 99% of the time. Because if you come out and go like 1,500 yards, like it becomes a thing.
I don't think any of the backs in this draft are going to go like that, though. And that's not a slight at their talent. It's just like I don't think any of the teams that are like going to draft a running back or use a running back are going to use a running back like that.
Give me Trey Benson in Minnesota somehow. We'll show you how to use him. Except we won't because we have Aaron Jones, so he'll be on the bench for a year. I forgot about that for a second. Aaron Jones, as cool as that move was, I forget it happened a lot. And then I go, yeah, who do we have at running back? Oh, right.
Your teammate.
What?
Fake fan.
I don't think so. Bro just forgot about the greatest quarterback in Chicago history being on the roster, but here we go. Big Dick Nick was on your team.
I know about David Fales.
Nah, Matt Barkley better though. Did Matt Barkley wear
Jason
2
Campbell?
or 12? Jason Campbell, Washington legend.
Played for the Bears for a year. I remember when we got him because I remember when we got him. This was when my dad used to give me football information. He was like, all the guys on ESPN said the Bears have the best quarterback room in football with Campbell and Cutler. I was like, hell yeah.
Valid.
And then that amounted to nothing.
No. They have the best room, which doesn't mean anything because they don't have the best quarterback.
Right.
Trying to think of who else could win that award. Whatever
sure
receiver. The Bills draft.
Yeah, Barkley wore 12. That's what I thought. For some reason in my head, Barkley wore 14.
See, I was thinking he wore
14
2
with the Titans.
And I don't know why I thought Barkley wore 2. Did he ever wear 2?
I don't believe so. Brian Hoyer wore 2. Were you maybe thinking of Brian Hoyer?
No, I definitely wasn't thinking of Brian Hoyer. I do everything in my power not to think of Brian Hoyer. No, he did wear 2 in Philly.
Crazy.
Matt Barkley wore 2 when he first got in the league in Philly.
There's your answer.
I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes.
I found a picture of Matt Barkley and Kirk Cousins.
There you go.
Funny. But it's Washington Kirk when he was better.
Who the hell is that guy?
Who?
I don't know. I'm looking at Matt. I looked up Matt Barkley and I just see some guy for the Jaguars that is not Matt Barkley.
Okay. What's the next question?
That's a good question. Our resident Patriots fan. How many Super Bowls will Drake May win once he's drafted by the Patriots? 0, because he's not getting drafted by the Patriots.
Well,
also,
I think he has a higher chance to get drafted by the Patriots than that stupid, ugly, stupid purple team.
No. Watch your mouth. You're right. It's because Josh Allen's getting traded to Minnesota now. Hey man, all of Josh Allen's fans are begging for it. Wonder told me so.
Am I gonna have to make a threat?
No. What, because I'm delusional and want a quarterback?
Yes.
Kyler Murray's a Viking, actually, thank you.
Anyways, I think this is a good time to ask, what's in the quick ball?
Oh, so you don't want to answer how many Super Bowls Drake May is going to win as a Patriot?
I said, did I not say several? I must have said it in my head and not out
Yeah,
loud.
no, I don't think you said it out loud.
Several.
I don't think he'll win several with the Patriots. I just have no faith in New England anymore.
No, see, the last time they had a white savior, they won several rings.
No, see, the only way they win rings is if they draft J.J. McCarthy. Michigan boy.
Are we sure it's the Michigan and not the day 3 pick in them?
See, if it's a day 3 pick thing, they should just wait and draft Jordan Travis. All right. What's in the quick ball?
The Patriots.
Oh, right. I'm supposed to guess. One Cheetos
Bro
puff.
forgot how this works. No.
That would have been an incredible pull.
My family doesn't partake in Cheetos very often.
What's wrong with the Cheeto? What are you, a Lay's
Nothing.
household?
It's just not. We're a Doritos family.
Okay. I was going to say, don't tell me you're a fucking Pringles family. We're not.
My littlest sister likes Pringles.
Pringles are fine, but you can't be a Pringles family. You can't have top chip be Pringle. That's bad.
No, we're a Doritos family.
Doritos more respectable.
Doritos and Tostitos.
See,
are the chips of
we're
choice
not really
in this
a
household.
chip family, but when I buy chips, I normally buy the little Cheetos puffs that are the little balls in a Pringles can.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you don't have to get your fingers dirty to eat them. You can just tip the can.
Right.
Because you're not
modern
sharing those.
Require modern solutions. True.
I don't eat the whole can at once, but I'm not sharing them, so I can do the, tip it back thing.
You ever gotten one of those like big jugs of cheese balls?
No, because I'm always afraid. Because half the time the cheese on those type of chips or whatever is kind of gross. Half the time. So it always scares me, and I refuse to do it. Because that would be a lot of food to waste if I didn't like it.
Fair.
What's in the quick ball? Captain Rex.
No.
Is it a Star Wars character?
No.
Okay. Is it I don't know, is it like a figure of a character?
No.
Some kind. Fuck. Is it food?
No.
Okay. What the hell else exists? Is it jewelry?
No.
No. What other things exist on this planet? Food.
It's Jake.
That'd be kind of dope. That'd be a dope entrance. I'd respect it. It's Jake's big toe, actually.
I hope not.
Yeah,
no, there's nothing leaking here.
I don't know if I got anything for you there. What the hell could possibly be in there? Is it a quarter?
No.
Is it $1?
No.
You're not rich enough to have it be any larger denomination of money.
That's not picking up, is it?
Not really, no. Is it a Pez?
No.
Just a singular Pez?
No, unfortunately. I wish I had Pez. I'd go crazy.
That's pretty Pez are pretty fire. I have some somewhere. Because I have an R2-D2 Pez dispenser that one of my buddies bought when he went to the Pez factory.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I got nothing for you, dog. I've run out of things that exist on this planet.
It's a D12.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about dice. It's probably a good thing that didn't pick up, because I might have been able to tell you it was a D12.
That would have been sad if you could tell it was a D12 by the sound.
That is specifically a D12. That would have been incredible, actually.
Yeah, that would have been sad. I would have been really impressed, but I would have said it was sad until we were off camera so I could insult you.
Valid. What are some of the from Samuel? What are some of the worst prospect fatigue takes you've seen this draft cycle?
Anything that suggests Marv isn't wide receiver 1 and potentially prospect number 1.
Valid.
I
I
think that's the objective answer, but
I want to be different and kind of say the same thing, but for Kool-Aid.
I finally got around to corners. I'm a Kool-Aid enjoyer.
Yeah.
I like Kool-Aid.
He's just not flashy, but he's a lockdown corner, dude.
You know who Kool-Aid... This isn't my, like, I don't do comps now. I do shades of. But you know who he kind of reminds me of, and that's why I like him so much?
For you, I don't know. I'm intrigued.
He's got a bit of JJ in him.
Okay.
He's got a little bit of JJ in him.
Okay. But yeah, I love Kool-Aid.
That, like...
So...
Yeah, that. He's my CB3 as of right now.
I still am not 100% sure. I think I'm probably just going to leave him as CB1 because I would have had him as that going into the year. But fair. I think that's the thing. The prospect fatigue with him has been incredible because he's been cornerback 1 for like 4 years now.
See, I don't go into these classes knowing anything about any of the players, so I'm not like subjected to that.
There are certain guys I just hear about, especially downloading like future Madden draft classes.
Fair.
Kool-Aid's existed.
I've got Kool-Aid as CB3 and I have a pretty high grade on him. My actual comp form is Xavier Howard.
I like him
that. A lot.
I like that. Yeah, and I saw somebody saying that the Vikings miss out on all the QBs, so draft Kool-Aid at 11, and I'm here for it.
Which would go crazy. Yeah,
Kool-Aid in Flores' system? He might be cornerback 1, year 1.
Low key, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've watched 13 corners, and I don't think anyone's going to usurp him as CB3 for me.
So who do you have as 1 and 2?
Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean.
Interesting. I can't put DeJean there. He has a lot of problems as a corner, I think.
I don't think
he's not.
I think the only thing is
he can't flip his hips. Yeah, and everyone in the NFL, literally every receiver, is faster than anyone he tried to cover in college.
You gotta think, though, I don't foresee anyone trying Cooper as an outside corner. I think he's going to be either big slot.
But to me, you can't rank him as a corner then.
But if he's a slot, if he's a nickel, that's a corner. I think that's his best projected role as a big nickel.
Maybe.
But, someone who's listed as a nickel on the depth chart, but is one of those guys you move around. He has a little bit of everything, like Devon Witherspoon, like Kyle Hamilton, like Brian Branch.
We really just need a Josh Metellus position tag. Josh Metellus, Brian Branch, Kyle Hamilton. These guys who are just like, what do they do? Defense. Yes.
Remember when everyone... I love that the world thought that was going to be Isaiah Simmons, and now it's Josh Metellus who's leading the fucking charge.
Josh Metellus. Dude, it's incredible how far Josh Metellus has come from a safety 2 years ago that I'm like, we should cut him, to now my favorite player on our defense. He's so sick, dude. I love Josh. He's incredible.
I think also, if we're talking about prospect fatigue, one of the other big issues I've seen a lot of people run into is how high... I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but J.J. McCarthy steadily rising draft boards. People talking about him as CB2, CB3. I think that's ridiculous. I say that as someone who has JJ above Jaden Daniels, but that's more of a slight at Jaden than it is a praise for JJ.
Dude, the more... So... It's not even watching Jaden Daniels, because I just watching him, I felt okay. But just seeing him while watching other people, really starting to man, maybe I don't know anymore.
I had the same reaction, because it's one thing when you're like, oh, okay, I can see his process is this and this. This is what he's thinking. But you see how people are attacking him and see how people are playing him, and it's like, oh, he's Fields.
Kinda,
He's literally Justin. Literally, there are so many games where it's very clear the defense's goal is just keep him in the pocket and you win.
Yeah.
It's who the fuck? I think it was Quay Walker who said it about Fields. We knew if we couldn't let him run, we could beat him. That's Jaden.
Yeah. And that's why I don't know. I'm starting to want to put JJ above him. I really am.
Yeah, I've got JJ above him.
Because I always had Drake May and Caleb in a tier of their own. But I kind of think I might put JJ above him by the end of this process. I don't know. But yeah, that's like reverse fatigue. Though, other than actual smart people, Caleb Williams' arguments are weird now.
True.
And that is definitely prospect fatigue. He's been the best quarterback in his class since elementary
High school.
Nah, elementary
Yeah, sure.
school, dog. He's been the GOAT forever. He's Trevor Lawrence again. And this same thing happened with Trevor Lawrence, where by the time the draft came around, this time, at least the Bears have, like, not even pretended it's anybody else. Where the Jaguars, like, did things with the other quarterback. The Bears aren't even trying. They're just like, nah, it's Caleb, dude.
Yeah. I think, too, another player I've seen that I don't know if it's just I would say it's probably prospect fatigue because he was highly touted, like coming into college. He was a very highly recruited player, and then his expectations for this season were very high, and then he got hurt. Was why can't I remember his name? Jonathan Brooks, the running back from Texas.
Yeah.
Where like he's a bell cow back. Yeah. Like as an NFL projection, he can be a legit number one workhorse type of back. And I see people talking about like Bucky Irving ahead of him, Marshawn Lloyd ahead of him.
I hope
it's
that's like, where the NFL has him, because that means like 4th, 5th round, him in Minnesota to be the replacement for Aaron Jones next year. Nice.
He might fall because of his injury, just because he's not going to be ready right away.
Which is why a team like Minnesota makes sense, because we have Aaron Jones for a year. We're good. We don't need you to play.
Yeah.
You can chill. And I like it when the running back can chill. We were going to do the same thing with Dalvin Cook, and then he earned the starting spot anyways, and then he tore his ACL. And then we made it to the NFC Championship game without him. And all I can think of is like, yeah, Dalvin probably doesn't win us that game, but that weapon would have been cool because Philly couldn't have just like, well, you can't run, so.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Marv has probably been the biggest victim from the
lately,
morons out there.
It feels like Marv is. Yeah, because here you go. Jake talks sports. Can you see a neighbor's wide receiver 1 argument? Why or why not? No. Not even a little.
No.
I'm sorry, there are multiple receivers closer to Neighbors than Neighbors is to Marv. That's just how it goes.
Neighbors isn't even my 2.
Right. I think he's
like,
my 2, but I think where's my list? Is it this one? I have too many notebooks. Nope, not that one.
Like this is the most stacked receiver class I've seen in my lifetime. And Marv is in a tier of his own.
Yeah.
There's no comparisons. There's no being like, this guy's actually a little bit closer than you think. No. It's Marv and then it's everybody else. There's no argument for Neighbors, for a Dunze, for
Thomas is there. I love Adonai.
Polk. Yeah.
I think of who else I love.
Like there's no argument for I don't know who was that receiver that ran like a 5 something.
I have no idea.
I gotta find it. I've never heard of the name before, but people on Twitter were clowning him so hard, and I just got reminded of him.
Bro was getting bullied.
Well, he had like a 2 RAS score.
Jesus. Oh, I think
terrible.
I figured out the second best tight end in this class. He's listed as a wide receiver.
I haven't touched tight ends.
No, I think Johnny Wilson. Yep. No, he is entirely just Darren Waller. In every way, he's just Darren Waller.
Yeah.
And so he will be the best tight end in this class. Or the second best. Brock Bowers isn't real.
I was going to say.
He's a figment of your imagination, actually. But yeah, Jake is the problem. There is no argument for Malik Neighbors. There is no argument for Roma Dunze. There is no argument for Roman Wilson.
Oh, there he is. KJ Franklin.
Who?
He goes to West Florida.
Who?
Dude, listen, get this. He's 5'7", 158 pounds, 3 reps on the bench, a 4.98 40.
Ugh.
He had a 0.02 RAS score.
Yeah, dude's not getting drafted. I hate to be that guy, but dude's not getting drafted.
Brother, drafted. Dude's not getting a job. In
Um,
the most respectful way possible. I hope his business degree or whatever it is he majored in will do him well.
Valid. So from Walter White Seal, what will it take for Miller to get into baseball?
For it to be a fun sport to watch.
It is. You're just a bozo.
I don't enjoy it. Baseball's one of those things where, like, I've been to baseball games. Granted, not like MLB games, but like amateur baseball games, right? Like, there's an amateur baseball team like a 2-hour drive from where I live. And we've went there for school field trips. I went there with a buddy once. Like, going to a baseball game is an enjoyable experience. And I enjoy that because ballpark atmospheres are always fantastic.
Yes.
But the sport itself, I just can't get into it.
Elbows
I don't
up.
know. Put a fullback in there, and maybe we can talk. You tell me, what's the fullback in the baseball world?
The catcher, because nobody appreciates what they actually do.
I played catcher in elementary school.
Nice.
It's come full circle.
Like, I feel like that makes sense. Because, like, nobody appreciates the real thing they do. And one rule change would, like, erase the need for a catcher to exist at all. Which is kind of how the NFL's going. So, it's possible. I feel like, let us know in the comments below if you feel like that's a valid take.
Have I ever talked about playing baseball on here before? Because I did play baseball for 2 years in elementary school.
Maybe?
It was so I...
Were you the kid picking dandelions?
No, they played me a catcher.
Oh, you just said that.
Because, yeah. Well, no, I played catcher and t-ball, and then I played 1 year of Little League. I played 2 years of t-ball, played catcher, played 1 year of Little League. And in Little League, I did play out in the field, and I wasn't picking dandelions. I'd stand next to the fence. I see the McDonald's. I'd stand next to the fence where my dad would stand, and I'd look over at my dad every 5 minutes and be like, "Hey, Dad, can I have a Tic Tac?" And he would get really mad at me, and he'd be like, "You can get a Tic Tac when you make a play." Not like in a rude way, but just like I would ask him every 5 fucking minutes, to the point where I'm surprised he didn't just walk away, because I would have.
So you were the weird kid. Got it.
Yes. Yeah, because I didn't enjoy it. I hated it.
Elbows out.
But I told my parents I wanted to play a sport. They got me into baseball. I didn't like it. I did like t-ball, though. And the reason I like t-ball is because I got to play catcher, and my coaches gassed me up all the time. But looking back on it, I think they were just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Because they told everybody I played catcher because I had the biggest arm on the team, and we weren't allowed to pitch. The coaches pitched, right? Because this was elementary. This was first grade and kindergarten t-ball. But I think in hindsight, the reason I played catcher is because I was the fat kid on the team, and I couldn't be trusted to move out in the field.
See, I was also the fat kid on the team, and I played third base because I actually did have the biggest arm on the team and the best reaction time. So
see, I definitely didn't have that.
The right-handed hitter would, smoke a ball to third base, I could actually not die.
Yeah, in my lifetime, I played catcher, I played right outfield, and then in football, I played one tech, and I played right tackle, and then in soccer, I went to one practice.
So the sport I was best at was soccer. Baseball was a close second. Like, actual college offers for both. So, like, I was actually good at both. Yeah.
Why didn't you take them?
I played kicker in football because I was very young when I got, younger than I wasn't going to make a commitment to what school I was going to go to as, like, a freshman.
Okay, I get you. Get you.
I'm not making that commitment. That's weird. That's bozo stuff.
And I wasn't judging. I was just curious.
But
to each their own.
Which maybe I should have, because things changed after that. But yeah, baseball, fun. I played pitcher, first base, third base. That was pretty much it. I played right field on one team for a while, but that coach was a cunt and wouldn't let me play because I was not, the small town politicky things of I wasn't the right person, so I'm not allowed to play, which was some shit. So when I did play, I played in right field, and it's like, dude, yeah, so does Bryce Harper. I'm going to cook out here. Watch. That's also, I feel like, the mindset you have to have. You get put in the shitty spot. It's like, well, I'm still going to play awesome just over here. Doesn't matter. And then soccer was a forward and a goalie. I was a good goalie. Because I could catch, you see. Most people who played soccer couldn't catch.
Yes, because hands are outlawed in that sport.
Right.
Which is why it's a bad sport.
No, it's a great sport. It's incredible.
Bad sport.
No, I think you just didn't like to run.
Soccer ever did. Yes.
Because
but also
I've had this conversation with people because I would always yell at the track kids all the time. I was like, your sport's lame. You just run. And they're like, so do you. I'm like, no, we kick a ball into a net. And you're right. We literally run more than any track kid ever.
Yeah.
Because you're just going. Which was tough as a kid with asthma.
Ever did. Yeah. See, that's why I quit sports, because of my asthma. And also because I had I had a coach I didn't like in high school. Or else I would have played football throughout high school. But
I was going to
say I wanted to do theater too.
My thought was what am I going to do? Die? That's some bitch shit. And then I'd keep running.
Fair. But no, the only good thing soccer ever did was give us Ted Lasso.
Oh, no, soccer's great. And there is no bigger sport in the world. No, when you get bored or whenever, go look up the celebration for when Argentina won the World Cup. That's bigger than any team ever.
Over soccer. Yeah, no, I know that. I know that. I'm fully aware of that.
Soccer culture's fun. I miss soccer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I rock with the culture. Like, I've got a buddy who's really into soccer, and
you see the vision with soccer more than baseball.
I see the vision, yeah, it's just not my thing.
Fair enough.
And that's the thing with baseball. Like, I don't have anything against either sport. It's just not my thing. Like, I've tried, but I just haven't gotten into it. But yeah, put a fullback in baseball and we'll start talking. Because see, soccer has the head start. There's fullbacks in soccer.
See, there's the catcher,
not the same
bro.
Fullback.
And I think you could get it as into catcher. Because, it's an interesting thing. Baseball.
Who's the best catcher in the MLB?
Right now?
Who's their use chick?
Ooh, my brain. That's a good question. I know I'm forgetting somebody, and that's why I don't want to say the name that's popping into my head. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Because I'm going to say JT Real Muto.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. Plays for the Phillies. I like him less now. Adley Rutschman, he plays for the Baltimore Orioles. He's also great. William Contreras for the Milwaukee Brewers.
I like him even less.
Will Smith for the Dodgers.
The Will Smith?
Yeah.
Bro slapped one guy at the Oscar and had to change whole ass careers. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember when Will Smith played for the Saints?
There's like 5 Will Smiths in professional sports. It's almost like it's the most generic name possible.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but
not
see, the
sorry.
real question is, why don't we ever ask Walt Smith?
True. In this same question about you getting into baseball, thoughts on the Oakland Athletics, the baseball team?
Yes,
temporarily moving to Sacramento from 2025 to 2027 because their stadium's not done in Vegas and they apparently just refuse to stay in Oakland. Probably because everyone refuses to go to the games, and the only time they do, commentators aren't allowed to talk because the fans are yelling "sell the team" so loud that the commentary team can't exist.
Yeah.
because the Athletics want the fans want the owner to sell, so whoever buys them will keep them in Oakland. Because Oakland tried. There was like a whole stadium deal in place too, and the owner's like, no, Vegas. Which I hate.
Oh, he's one of those.
Poor Oakland, dude.
They're not allowed to have anything. They have the Warriors.
No, they don't. They moved across to San Francisco.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot they did
They're
that.
across the bay now.
Because how recent was that? That was in the past 5 years, right?
I think that was like just post KD. So yeah.
Okay.
Or like the
So not
last
that
year of
big of an
KD,
idiot.
or like the first year with Adam, somewhere right there.
So right about when I stopped paying any attention to basketball.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I think moving a MLB team to a minor league stadium is a bit of a joke. That's all I know. I think the Athletics owner doesn't deserve anything. He should be stripped of all his money and thrown in a river. Same with the Rockies owner, but don't get me started on that. I'm calling for a boycott, but it's a lot harder to boycott in Denver because most of the people who go to Rockies games now aren't Rockies fans. No, so Denver is like a transplant city. Most people aren't from there. Most people aren't from there, so most people in Denver are fans of teams that aren't the Rockies.
I just can't believe how sexist you are.
What are you doing?
You'll call for a boycott? Why not a girl cot?
That's because that's not a word.
Cancel him. Mods, cancel him.
It's not a word. Oh, God. It's not my fault. I didn't write the dictionary.
Listen, buddy. It's 2024. There could be a girl cot if we want there to be.
Okay. All right. Who are the most likely trade-up candidates for the NFL draft?
Not including Minnesota, because that goes without saying.
Okay. Honestly, I think the Bills.
It depends on how the receiver board falls. Like, if someone like BTJ starts to slip, I could see it.
Also, what do you do if you're the Bears? Would you trade out of 9 if Roma Dunze or Neighbors was there? Would you?
No. No chance. Absolutely not.
But you don't need receiver. You have Keenan
Keenan's
Allen.
only under for a year.
You're the one who was like, yeah, but we're already working to re-sign him. Now you're like, oh well, we might lose him.
No, well, I'm just saying. No, since I said that, stuff has come out where it was like Keenan was asking for an absurd amount of money from the Chargers, and we didn't know that until like a week after the trade got made. And now it's like maybe the Bears won't want to pay that, but even then, even if they are willing to pay it, there's still no guarantee. And even then, Keenan's in his early 30s. Like, he's going to be great for the beginning of Caleb's development. I was going to say but for the beginning of Caleb's development. But you still have to worry about the after. Like, there's still going to be time after Keenan with Caleb where he's still going to be on a rookie contract. And someone like Rome or Neighbors, especially Rome, is a fucking team changer. That's a game breaker.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like DJ Moore and Neighbors, they're not the same player, but they play very similar styles almost.
Because if you have those two in your receiver room,
if Neighbors is the one available,
you
don't. I think if Neighbors is the one available, you might trade out. If it's Rome, you don't.
I think it would be a lot more I think it would be more likely than Rome.
Yeah,
but I still think they'd pick him because you can make an offense with DJ and Neighbors work. It's not like that's one of those situations where you stack talent, figure out
Jalen Waddle and
later.
Tyreek Hill. They're the same guy.
Right, but I mean, yeah, like if you add Neighbors, then you don't have like a true X, because DJ, he's a number one receiver. Like, how do I
X doesn't always mean number one,
right? He's an alpha,
not how
but
that
he's
works.
not an X. You don't have like that big body deep threat. DJ stepped into that role last year because he had to, but like ideally, that's not what he is.
It's just like Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra is not an X. DJ Chark was the X for the Lions, and that is not saying DJ Chark's better. No, nobody was ever saying that. It's just how you play them. That Amon-Ra cannot be an X. He is not the right size. DJ Moore can't do it.
But like, But like a world where next year you draft Neighbors, you have DJ as your X, even though that's not his preferred role, just him as your X for the year, and then you have Neighbors as your Z and Keenan as your slot. You can work with that, and then as time goes on, Neighbors would start to slide into the slot as Keenan leaves, and then you go out and you get a big body X like that. You can make it work. But I mean, if we're worried about like the right now and you want to stack picks, which could be possible.
How about you just trade for T. Higgins?
I'd rather just draft a receiver than trade for T. Higgins. Because T is great, but I don't want to pay him.
Now, dude doesn't want to pay people fair wages. See how it is? Yeah, I can play this game too.
A fair wage.
Yeah.
Well, no, see, unlike you, I actually have a workaround because I'm going to let someone else pay him a fair wage. I just can't do it because I can't afford to do it. So I'm going to give someone else that privilege.
I have a workaround. I'm just not going to say it. Thoughts on Troy Franklin and Brian Thomas Jr.? These are two wide receivers I feel like are overhyped. Brian Thomas is awesome.
Hold on, did we talk about any teams that were going to trade, like could actually trade up?
I said the Bills.
I don't think we did. Yeah, you said the Bills.
The Broncos maybe, but that would be really dumb.
Not if someone starts to slip and they find a way to get one of the quarterbacks.
It would be really dumb. Their roster sucks, and I don't think giving up all your assets for a quarterback again is the way to do it. Especially since I am fully leaned in on the Sean Payton's actually not as good as y'all think he is train. I'm sorry. For 5 years of his career, he was going under 500 with Drew Brees as his quarterback. Maybe Sean Payton wasn't all we thought he was.
You know who I could see low-key trading up?
The
Saints.
4?
If someone like Joe Alt or Olu slips into like the bottom of the top 10.
Yeah. The issue with them is I think they might be in love with the other tackles also, and you might not want to lose assets.
So. But the point is they don't have an offensive tackle.
True. Well, they do. They got Penning.
That's not an offensive tackle. That is a big angry man. And Ramchick might be forced to medically retire. Excuse me. So,
right.
I could see the Colts maybe if they want to get frisky. Say they're worried, like I don't know, the Raiders or the Saints might take a corner because apparently they're in love with Quinion Mitchell. So I can see them like the Jets. People have said about the Jets maybe trading down. Maybe if they want to jump over a couple of these teams that could go corner, like you mentioned, the Vikings potentially taking Kool-Aid, like if they're in the market for a corner.
Yeah.
Cincy, I could see getting frisky if Bowers starts to fall.
Yeah. That would be really interesting. But also, I don't know, because Cincy doesn't use a tight end like that.
He wouldn't be a tight end. He'd be the replacement for Tyler Boyd.
See, I feel like Cincy would almost be more in the trade up if Rome fell.
Well, yeah.
Just replace T and just trade him.
Though. I could see that, but Rome's not getting past 9.
You keep saying that, but when Joe Alt's there at 9.
You won't hear me complain either way.
I know. I'm just saying.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
No, I'm just saying Rome won't be there past 9. Oh
no, actually, I forgot. Since he signed Mike Gesicki, maybe they wouldn't be aggressive trading up for Bowers.
Right. That's fair.
Just because Gesicki would do the same thing.
I think the Giants are still a threat to... A couple of teams are a threat to trade back into the late first to go quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think most teams are sold on their guys at this point. So if the Giants are really into Nix or Penix, you're obviously not taking them at 6. So I could see them going back up for them. And I think I think certain teams are sold on, we have these 2 guys. If we can't move up to get them, we're just not doing it.
I can see the Dolphins trying to jump up.
Yeah, for an O-lineman of any kind.
Mm-hmm. Like if if a run on lineman starts to happen like after the Bears pick, like in the early 10s, I could see them trying to jump up, especially if they're worried a team like Seattle's going to take Jackson Powers. I can see that being something they're worried about, which would be very ironic. Jackson Powers going to the Seahawks. What was the next question?
The next question: thoughts on Troy Franklin and Brian Thomas Jr., two wide receivers I personally feel are overhyped, especially Troy Franklin. I haven't watched Troy yet.
Comment.
It is hammy.
I personally feel just felt like hammy.
Yeah. Brian Thomas is awesome.
Yeah, BTJ I really like.
I have him, I think, as wide receiver 5. I like AD a little higher, but
I haven't ranked any of my receivers outside of the top 3 because I've just been watching them.
Fair. I've got the top 3,
like,
and then
I don't know why.
And the top 5 are obviously Marv, Neighbors, Odunze, and then it's AD and Brian Thomas, and I don't think anybody else. I'm not big on everybody's favorite lad. He's not that good at anything.
See, I love Ladd. I love Xavier Legette. I love Ricky Pearsall. Those are all guys I would argue maybe could get into the top 5.
See, I like Roman more than I like Ladd. I like Malachi.
Really? Malachi Corley's weird for me.
Yeah.
Because it was like, what was it? I think it was 58% of his targets last year behind the line of scrimmage. And he's just such a not a hard player to project, but a hard player to be like, he can be a legitimate contributor consistently and not just be a souped up gadget guy. Because Malachi Corley's just the final boss if you're taking on gadget guys. Like, he's not a complete receiver by any means.
So I have another name that I want to see if you can guess my comp just based off of the my comp for him is a player I like, but I think nobody else does, who was a first-round pick a few years ago. I don't know if you've watched Anias Smith yet.
I have not, but are you going for like a look? No, I have not, but are you going for like a Laquan Treadwell comp?
No, he's Kadarius Toney.
Oh, so bad.
No,
got it.
No, Kadarius Toney was good. I don't know why he stopped catching football, but he was good.
He forgore.
Also, Brendan Rice, I feel like could be Nico Collins, which just means he could be really awesome or really bad, because that was the question with Nico like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Will Nico be any good, actually? Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm not big on Troy Franklin, but I love Brian Thomas. He's sick.
Yeah, BTJ I like. Troy Franklin I haven't watched much.
Also, Brian Thomas is a Buffalo Bill.
Probably. Yeah, I could see that. You know what? I was just thinking about it. I think it's pretty ironic that Hammy doesn't like Brian Thomas, because you know who Brian Thomas reminds me a lot of?
Oh no.
And this is praise, because I liked him a lot coming out of the draft. Christian Watson.
Oh yeah. Okay. Who do I have?
He doesn't do the Christian Watson was a big.
Mine's weirder and going too far of a throwback, but yeah.
Yeah, no, Christian Watson, he did a lot of like the Debo stuff, where like he would run the ball at North Dakota State, but otherwise, I think him and Brian Thomas are pretty similar, especially with the drops. But who's your comp for him?
Santonio Holmes.
I don't remember Santonio Holmes well enough.
That's why I said it's a little before your time.
Was he a big body deep threat that had drop issues? Is that
kinda? Yeah.
Well, then yeah, that's what he is.
Super Bowl hero though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I know the legend of Wait a minute. Wasn't Santonio Holmes a bear for like 2 seconds?
Maybe. Thoughts on content creator Hammy Takes?
He exists. He's a guy. Yeah, Santonio Holmes was a bear in 2014.
Nice. Hammy Takes is a Packers fan, therefore bozo.
Real.
Yeah.
Like a real team, and maybe we'll care.
There you go. Say something nice about Roshan Johnson.
My glorious king. My glorious RB1 in Chicago.
Why do you keep saying that as if he's not certified RB2? by the Bears' own admission. And that's not me hating on Roshan. I liked Roshan coming out of college. I still like Roshan. But you...
Best player to ever play for Texas University ever. Who else has gone there?
Bijan.
Like, other than the obvious. Right, other than the obvious. Who
Vince
else has
Young.
gone there?
The greatest, the greatest college quarterback of all time. Roshan was a backup running back.
College.
You said the greatest player to ever play for Texas. No, he wasn't.
He was a fullback.
Just because he lined up as a fullback sometimes, then every tight end who lines up at fullback sometimes is now a fullback, and you don't get to argue it.
No.
You can't have it both ways.
I can
this
have
is
it
not Burger King. You cannot have it your way, damn it.
You beat me to the joke, you bastard. Oh, Earl Campbell went to Texas? I retract my statement. Much respect to former running back / fullback Earl Campbell. Also, Kenny Vaccaro went to Texas?
Yeah.
Steve McMichael went to Texas?
Ricky Williams?
Who cares?
Derek Johnson? The all-time leading tackler in the history of the Chiefs. Please tell me you've seen that clip. The announcer when Derek Johnson has that fumble return.
I have not.
His voice cracks like 4 times. The all-time leading tackler in the history of the Chiefs.
I have not seen that.
Brian Arakpo? Steve McMichael?
I already said Steve McMichael.
Did you? I stopped listening to you a long time ago.
Andrew Beck went to Texas. We've gone full circle.
Oh, God. Aaron Ross. The real GOAT.
I thought you were about to say Aaron Rodgers, and I was going to be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he went to Cal, Texas.
Kyle Shanahan went to Texas?
Bros lost everything.
Kyle Shanahan also attended Duke briefly. Thank God he got out. Good for him.
Who are your favorite running backs in this draft class?
I like
Brooks.
Who do I like?
Benson, Corum.
Corum's my favorite.
Yeah, I love Blake Corum.
But who else?
I know Braylon Allen's on your list.
Oh, that's what I meant to say. I got fucking Corum and Allen confused for a second. Allen's my favorite.
Oh.
Blake Corum I liked. I don't have anything against. Shipley I was a big fan of. I like me some Will Shipley. Who else did I have?
I love that you know I'm not this delusional. So you know this isn't a me question and take, the one that's about to happen.
Okay. We'll get there in a second.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to figure out a single running back's existence.
I'm just trying to remember.
Miller's a big Bucky Irving guy.
No, I did not like Bucky Irving. No, I would say Brooks, Allen, and Shipley were probably my 3
I like
favorite.
that we're a little different.
I also like the kid from Notre Dame that I think it's Estime is how you say his name. Audric
Estime, yeah.
Yeah, I liked him. He was fun. I know he's slow, but he was just like a big hulking guy.
He's the next CJ Ham.
No, I think he's just gonna be a power back.
CJ Ham, got it.
That's a fullback.
Are all of you mentally prepared for the Vikings to trade up to 3, draft May, spend $100 million in free agency next year, and run the NFC for the next decade?
We'll let Thick Man Inc. in our mentions.
I'm glad you knew that wasn't me.
We'll let him in our mentions.
Because I think I want us to get Drake May. I'm delusional enough to go along with that. We're not spending $100 million in free agency, first of all.
Bro sounds like a certain fan base from a certain city in the Midwest that starts with C, ends with Go, and has ECA in the middle.
I was gonna make a joke, but then it confused my own brain, so I just stopped. I was gonna try to fit a couple of names together there, and it was too much. My brain wasn't gonna do it.
The point is, he sounds like the Bears fans running with Justin Fields.
Yeah. Like the trading up and drafting Drake May, absolutely a possibility. Everything after that, absolutely not. Whether we get Drake May or not, we're not running the NFC for that much time. Caleb Williams exists. Jalen Hurts exists. Kyler Murray exists.
Rain Dakota Prescott.
He's going to be a Bronco exists. In a year.
Well, you still got a year.
Yeah, that's fair. But he won't be running. Well, he plays in Dallas, so they're not running anywhere in the NFC. Trust me.
Jordan Love also unfortunately exists.
Oh, Jordan Love is pretty good. He's pretty good.
Sad days.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So no, I'm not mentally prepared for that because it's not going to happen. We're not going to have that much money to spend. We have to pay Christian Darrisaw and Justin Jefferson. Yeah, we have a bunch of money next year. Most of it's going to them. If you want
that to become a reality, I'm sure Madden's on sale by now.
It can't become a reality on there. I don't know if you've noticed. Madden, and not just like against the Vikings, Madden has weird biases. The Cowboys are
they always love the Cowboys.
Like, so you can't just make the Vikings great unless you play every game, and that's really fucking annoying.
You can just set force wins.
Oh god, that's the most bozo shit I've ever heard.
Well, he is a Vikings fan.
Hey, watch your mouth.
I can't watch it. My eyes can't see it. It's
fucking
underneath.
Pluck an eyeball out and just stare at it.
Would your eye work if you plucked it out?
I don't know. Maybe if you kept it connected. Don't pluck too hard.
All right, Google.
Okay. So for the last thing, we are going to do this because Valente wants us to. We are going to run down the WrestleMania card because WrestleMania is this weekend. And Miller is going to make predictions based off of either A, how cool their names are, or B, going against what the Duck would want to happen. It's up to Miller. Miller now sees an eyeball out of somebody's head and is... Well, does it still work? Yep, okay.
As long as the optic nerve has remained intact.
So, Miller, pluck out an eyeball, stare at your mouth. Let's get it.
It's got to be racist.
I don't think so. So we're gonna run down the WrestleMania card real quick.
Okay.
Do you want to pick based off how cool you think people's names are, or based off of going against the Duck?
We're gonna play it by ear.
Okay. Let's find this WrestleMania card. There are a bunch of matches because there's two nights of wrestling.
Real quick. Am I allowed to look up what these people look like?
Sure. You gonna try to base it off the aura?
Aura, and also knowing Grace and how horny who would be looking at them.
Ooh, interesting.
Because that'll help me pick against Grayson if I want to.
Okay.
Like I know Rhea Ripley, I have to pick against immediately if she's in this.
Oh, she's definitely in this.
Oh wait, no, he's been going crazy because I think the two going against each other, Rhea Ripley and then
Becky Lynch.
A blonde lady, right?
No, it's a redhead.
Yeah, Grayson's. Oh,
he wanted it to be Liv Morgan, but it wasn't.
Okay,
because she's undeserving.
Gotcha. God damn. Damn. That's tough.
So we're gonna start with Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. That is Rey's son. Yes.
Hold on, Rey Mysterio is an old head, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the old head. Give me the old head.
And Dragon
I'm all
Lee.
for the tradition.
Okay.
Plus, yet Dragon. Hold on. Let me. Is it spelled like the animal?
Yeah. And it's just knockoff Rey Mysterio.
This guy, yeah, he's like Luchador Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, he's Japanese.
But he is still a luchador. But moving on.
So he's Japanese Luchador Batman.
Yes.
Hell yeah, give me Japanese Luchador Batman.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then we've got Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control. Because their group has a name and the other group doesn't.
Who the fuck is Damage Control?
Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Because
Okay,
that's just what their group's called.
So wait, who are these people?
Which,
Say their names again?
Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill.
Okay, and then what was the other one?
Damage Control.
Not Damage Control, because they're too pretentious for having a name.
Okay.
They think they're above everybody, and I don't like it. No aura.
Okay. That's false. You should just look up Damage Control WWE and check the aura.
All right, hold on. Let me do some Damage Control here.
Ha ha! He said the thing.
Hold on, I didn't mean to look up aura. I just meant to look up Damage Control WWE.
Damage Control aura. All right, what do we got?
And then, yeah, fuck it. Give me Damage Control.
There we
They
go.
look cool.
Dude, Kairi Sane, man.
Which one's that?
You're gonna have to just look her up separately because I'm not gonna try to tell you which of those.
Well, there's three people here. There's
Right.
a lady with short red hair.
Nope.
There's a lady with dual colored hair.
Oh, that's not even showing you the correct people from Damage Control. Because
It's
I think
not?
the short red-haired lady isn't in Damage Control anymore. That's Bailey. And she's not in Damage Control. Also, I think you're probably seeing Io Sky, and she is in Damage Control, but she's not in this match. Damage Control now has 4 people. It used to have 5. So Kairi Sane, Kairisane.
Kairisane.
Kairi Sane.
Oh, okay. I get you.
Yeah.
I see why you're excited. She's got the Harley Quinn vibes.
Kinda, yeah. Yep.
And the makeup and the hair.
Yeah.
I can see why you're an enjoyer. Yeah, so for that reason, give me the people that don't have a name. 'Cause
Okay,
fuck you.
look up Jade Cargill then, because that'll that's enough to know, I think.
Nah, I think spiting you is still better.
No, I mean you'll see why your pick's good, because Jade Cargill.
Oh, okay.
I love Damage Control, but Jade Cargill is a monster.
Okay. I was gonna say she looks like she could beat up Grayson, and that makes me happy.
Oh, easily. I think all of them could. But that's...
I know, but I just wanted to point out that I think somebody can beat up Grayson.
Oh, Jade Cargill's beating both of our asses at the same time, Miller.
Well, certainly. No, I would not survive in a fight with any of these people. But I'm saying I specifically wanted to call out Grayson because funny.
Valid. So then we have a 6-team ladder match for the tag team championships. We have Judgment Day versus Awesome Truth versus DIY versus the New Day versus the New Catch Republic versus A-Town Down Under.
Would I know any of the people involved in these groups?
The Miz and R-Truth are Awesome Truth. You might know them. I don't know.
I know the Miz.
Yeah.
I know that name.
Finn Balor, who you've definitely seen me mention all over the world, is on Judgment Day. Those are probably the only 2 you're going to know.
So wait. Hold on. I got to pull up the card.
I'm trying to think.
I want to see all these people.
So just, if you want to just look up the 6-pack ladder match tag team championships thing, that should probably get you there with a good picture of all the people.
All right, let's see all the people.
So most people are picking 2 teams to win. So right now the tag team championships are, both titles are held by Finn Balor and Damian Priest. A lot of people are expecting them to split the titles. So the blue titles go back to SmackDown, the red ones go back to Raw and are no longer together.
Are there any people in this group that Grayson just utterly despises?
Off the top of my head, no.
Is there anyone in this group that he is a fanboy of?
A true fanboy? Also, I think no. He likes the Judgment Day, but that's mostly because of Rhea, not because of the people in this match.
Okay, so I will not be picking them.
That's unfortunate, because Finn Balor, my goat.
No,
but he won't be the demon, so it's okay.
Nice.
He's not guaranteed to win. He's not the demon this time.
The one that has the Miz, I guess.
Awesome Truth? Okay.
Yeah, because that's a name I know.
Yep.
And then, I have to pick two, right?
You don't have to. They could win both. Most people don't think that's how that would go.
I'm looking at the picture here. This fella in the purple. Who's this guy?
Probably Damian Priest or Finn Balor. What's his hair situation going like?
Just like a normal white dude, like swoop hair.
Shirtless. It's probably Finn Balor.
Oh, never mind then.
I'm trying to think of anybody else wearing purple. Maybe Grayson Waller.
I'll just take the Miz.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'm cool with it. All right, then we've got brother versus brother. Jimmy versus Jey Uso. They're both Usos. Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso. Yeet versus no Yeet. That's a real thing.
Dude, I
Jay
don't
says
like that
yeet
he
a
spelled
lot.
Jey, so give me the other one.
Well, he didn't do it. WWE did that. That's not his name. Most of these are not their real names. Finn Balor's real name.
Like
you want to hear the biggest downgrade of all time? Finn Balor's real name is Fergal Devitt.
That should have been his wrestler name.
Maybe, but he would be a joke and not one of the goats, so I'm good. Then, for the Intercontinental Championship, we have Sami Zayn versus the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion ever, the Ring General Gunther. Grayson hates him. Yes, Gunther.
Then he will defend his title.
Let's go! I agree. Because Sami Zayn does not deserve to be here. Fuck that guy. Chad Gable deserved it. None of this means anything to you, but if you say it, Grayson will hate you more.
Yeah.
Then we've got Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship.
What does Becky Lynch look like? Just out of this will not sway my opinion because we already know which way I'm going. But
she is the Irish lass kicker.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Great nickname, by the way. The Irish lass kicker is.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Then we have got the biggest WrestleMania match of all time.
The Rock versus Hulk Hogan?
No. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins is a Bears fan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then Seth Rollins. He knows ball.
Unfortunate. But what about Dwayne?
But the Bears and also that guy, he has to finish the story.
That's not in this match, but...
Oh, well, he's got to start this story.
And him finishing the story is a problem, and also... just so you know...
Does Grayson want him to finish the story?
Very much.
Oh, well, I can't pick against a Bears fan.
For this one, it doesn't matter, because So this match, there are implications for the matches on night 2. If Cody and Seth win, Roman isn't allowed to have any of his family ringside for the big match at the end.
Not very
so,
nice.
like, The Rock is part of his family, Jimmy and Jey Uso, like, all of those guys. So they can't help him beat Cody, is the point. And
that's not very nice. I think they should be allowed to be there.
The Rock and Roman win, it's bloodline rules for the match against Cody, which means basically anything goes and all of Roman's family get to be there to beat the fuck out of Cody. And I think that's funny.
Well, that's cooler, but like...
But also, if you look up Cody Rhodes and you try to tell me he's a good guy based off of what he looks like...
I mean, he does look like he would be favored by a certain German dictator.
Also just the most narcissistic asshole of all time.
He
the
looks
neck
like he would be
tattoo
that.
Of his own logo.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. That's his own logo. Yeah.
I'm still picking Seth.
No,
What is it? Seth freaking Rollins? Is
Seth
that what his thing is?
freaking Rollins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to night 2, we've got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament.
The Street Profits?
You would actually unironically love that tag team. Look up the Street Profits.
That sounds like a 1980s hip hop group.
And that's
what was the name?
The Street Profits. Oh, the next one, the Final Testament.
The person and the
Bobby
the
Lashley.
Street Profits. Yeah, dude, that just sounds like someone wanted to be Grandmaster Flash in the Furious 5. For the Street Profits?
Yeah.
Just to make sure I got that right. Yeah, dude.
Angelo Dawkins, one of the members of that group, played in the NFL. A lot of wrestlers did. But
yeah, no, I'm with it. They got aura.
I like it. They do.
They got aura.
They were supposed to be heels, which wrestling terms, that means bad guys.
Right.
But
they don't seem like they can be bad guys. They seem like they're just a couple of goofy fellas.
Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, even though they were booked as bad guys, got cheered so much the WWE had to make them good guys because nobody could boo them.
I was gonna say the Street Profits just look like a couple of goofy guys.
And Bobby Lashley is like the biggest muscle hamster I've ever seen. He is huge.
Let's see what he looks like. Jesus. He's a massive human.
Yeah.
He looks like fucking James Harrison. He's built like James Harrison is what I'm trying to say. Not look like. He's built like James Harrison. Jesus.
But all right, after that, moving on to the next match, we've got the phenomenal one, AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Yeah.
I'm going with AJ Styles because I fucking hate that bullshit.
Why do you hate the
annoying.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Nah.
It's so annoying. I can't stand it.
Nah. All right, you're going the phenomenal one. I like it. Then we've got a United States Championship triple threat between Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul. The reigning, defending, undisputed United States champion, Logan Paul.
That's really a thing, isn't it?
Okay, what's worse? Logan Paul he's not able to listen at the moment. I'm going to just yap at the camera for a second.
Sorry, my mom was telling me about work.
I gotcha. No, we're almost done, so you're good.
Yeah.
Logan Paul actually is incredible at the whole wrestling thing. In the ring, on the mic. Dude is an insane athlete. Like, actually.
Yeah.
It's
but
wild.
I know who Randy is.
Oh, yeah. He holds the most dangerous 3 letters in all of sports entertainment. His
NFL?
finishing... No, the RKO. The move everybody knows.
Yeah.
Wrestling fan or not, everybody knows the RKO.
Yeah, because it's the meme. There was a meme.
Yeah.
It was like, here comes Randy Orton slithering up. Watch out, watch out.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Yeah, that guy.
So give me Randy Orton.
My prediction for this match is Logan Paul doesn't normally win by winning. He wins by some fuckery.
Getting the crowd on his side?
No, he just always wins with some fuckery, whether that's like grabbing brass knuckles or sneakily cheating, or in this case, Randy Orton's going to hit Kevin Owens with an RKO. Logan's going to throw Randy out of the ring and steal the pin and walk out still champion.
You know what? I'm kind of with that. That's really funny. That's funny that's a thing that could happen.
That's I'm like 100% certain that's how this match ends.
Like, okay, this might piss off wrestling fans, but that's like the sport equivalent of hiding in a bush until final circle and then just sniping the other guy.
No, pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. I'm with that.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of that. You know what? I'll change. I want that to happen. Give me Logan Paul.
Yeah, there you go. All right, then for the women's championship, we've got Io Sky versus Bayley.
Is one of them like defending
Io
the
Sky is
championship?
defending her championship.
Then give me Bailey.
Okay.
It's time for a new queen.
But Io's the champion of the Sky. Unfortunate.
Well, she's gonna get knocked out of the Sky.
Io's my goat. This hurts.
I'm sorry, but I have to root for the underdog.
Bailey is absolutely not the underdog. She's the favorite.
He's not holding the title.
That doesn't
therefore, she is
matter.
the underdog. It does to me.
All right, then we've got the World Heavyweight Championship match between Seth freaking Rollins and Drew McIntyre.
It's such an underwhelming name.
Nah, well, no. So
fun.
Drew McIntyre is the one who knocked CM Punk out. Like, it was a move that Drew McIntyre hit that injured CM Punk. Realistically, it was just CM Punk being old and not that good at his job. Don't worry, Chicago's going to hate me even more for criticizing CM Punk, but it's fine. But ever since then, Drew McIntyre's kind of ran with that, and like he cost CM Punk his dream. And so now, instead of CM Punk, Drew McIntyre likes to be known as DM Hunk. And I think that's pretty funny. But yeah, nothing really matches Seth freaking Rollins. You can't really follow that up.
So wait, CM Punk's from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Is he a known Bears fan? Yes, he is.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Bears fan CM Punk responds to those who thinks Aaron Rodgers looks like him. And he just said, "Stop sending me this shit."
CM Punk's a guy of all time.
The reason I ask is because this will be the Chicago revenge match where Seth Rollins will win and then start singing the Bears fight song, and then CM Punk will come out and sing it with them.
Yeah,
and
maybe
that's how it happens. That's what's happening. Right. I'm calling it. I'm calling my shot. That's my hot take. The Bears will get involved somehow.
All right, and then the final one for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, you've got the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Only one of these dudes played in the NFL. Well, he didn't actually make it. He was at training camp with the Vikings. They found out he had cancer and he had to retire to go fight leukemia.
So, who does Grayson want to win this?
Grayson absolutely wants Cody Rhodes. He's annoyed that Roman Reigns has been champion for 1,312 days.
But I wanted to make a joke and say I'm not going to acknowledge him, but I can't root for Grayson to be happy.
We must acknowledge the Tribal Chief.
See, here's what's going to happen. These two are going to have their little fight, right? They're going to have their little skirmish, if you will. And then as one of them is about to throw the other out of the ring, Jake Paul, not Logan Paul, Jake Paul is going to come out of the crowd and shove them both out of the ring.
Roman Reigns would legitimately murder Jake Paul.
Not if he doesn't see him coming.
Jake Paul ain't doing nothing to Roman, dude. Roman's a monster.
Fine. You know who's going to come out of the crowd and knock them both out?
Nobody.
Tamara Morrison in full Captain Rex armor.
Okay, so here's what the real debate is. Does Cody Rhodes finish his story? Or Roman Reigns, if he were to hold the championship till probably next year at WrestleMania, because they probably won't have him lose it before then, Roman Reigns would pass Hulk Hogan for the third longest title reign ever, making Hulk Hogan's name kind of disappear, and Hulk Hogan's kind of a piece of shit. So,
we're canceling out Hulk Hogan. Give me Roman Reigns.
That's the real debate. Is like, are they letting Roman pass Hulk Hogan, or is Cody getting his win? And that's why I'm so heavily on the side of Roman Reigns.
Grayson's sad, and Hulk Hogan gets put on fraud watch.
Yeah,
give me Roman Reigns.
There we go. I want Roman to win so bad. I don't think he will, but I want it so. Mostly because Cody Rhodes, okay, this is just a thing when it comes to writing any sort of entertainment. If you're telling me this thing he's going to do is finishing the story, then there's nothing he can do with it after. There is no story after he wins. So right now, he doesn't deserve to win it because he doesn't have anything to do with it after he wins. So unless he's going to retire on Monday, he shouldn't win it just because how do you keep the story going if it's finished now?
What if he starts a new story?
See, so what I want to happen, which they'll never do because Cody's, the good guy and everybody loves him. They should make him the bad guy after he wins and slowly turn him into Homelander, which is almost like how he's designed anyways.
I like The Boys. That's a good TV show.
And then, so slowly turn Cody into the evil Homelander-y asshole. And you want Roman Reigns to go back to being a good guy, just run it back next year with Roman as the good guy after he realizes what a piece of shit he became. It's like they both do the flippity flop.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Seth Rollins comes in and beats them both.
No, Seth Rollins, I think, should be the guy to end Roman's reign when it's done at Survivor Series, because Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins...
I get why that's his name now.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins debuted as members of The Shield at Survivor Series 11 years ago. You could do it at the anniversary of their debut, have Seth beat Roman, but they won't.
Why wouldn't they?
Because they're having Cody win on Sunday. Because they're not good at telling stories.
You have the script?
Basically everyone does. Because they've built Cody too much. They've basically told us how this ends.
Well, everything that gets built must have one day fall.
I hope it does, because I would give anything to see the way the internet's going to cry if Cody loses again. I'm not even going to cry. I'm just going to be like, well, damn, I knew that was coming. That sucks. And then I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to being like, all right, time for Finn Balor to go beat the fuck out of Cody Rhodes then. Fuck that guy. Finn Balor's very sad. He won the Universal Championship when it was introduced. But Seth Rollins fucked up a move and tore Finn's shoulder to shit. So he had to surrender the title after 22 hours. And he's never gotten another chance to hold the title.
That's mean. Why would they do that?
Because if you get injured... No, he's a great character. But they've decided that he's a joke now. And he had this gimmick called the Demon, where whenever times would get really rough, he would, go to the dark place in his soul and the demon would come back, which would mean he'd just wrestled in a bunch of face paint. Look up Demon Finn Balor, though. That's aura. That's aura. Look up Demon Finn Balor right now.
Okay.
That's aura. But the demon never lost, and then they've had the demon lose 3 matches in a row for no reason. Like, they just decided Finn Balor's a joke.
That's a scary looking fella.
The demon.
What's he got a mouth on his chest? That's not where the mouth goes.
Because he's the demon. Demons don't obey the laws of humanity. But yeah,
that doesn't seem very logical. Why would you eat it?
Also, you'd love chest? Finn Balor, before he went to the WWE, wrestled for New Japan Pro Wrestling. In Japan, obviously. Because they're not the WWE, they're a little less strict with what they let wrestlers do. So a lot of his face paint designs for the demon back then were like movie and TV show based.
Oh,
so he had
like copyright with the WWE that would get in the way of it? So
he had a Venom paint job as the demon and Carnage and the Joker and Freddy Krueger was one. Like, he used to do some fun shit, but then, the WWE's too big to let you do that stuff.
Right. That's pretty cool.
But I think that's all we had for sports questions. We did it. Yeah, that's all we had. Oh, real quick, sports news. Diggs was traded.
Yeah.
I don't really understand the, changing his contract to not have extra years thing.
I guess it's just so he can do his thing. I don't know. Diggs
People are
is
saying
weird.
that incentivizes him to play better. Diggs never changed how he played, though. He might have complained on Twitter, but he never played worse or better. Like, he was always just Diggs. Nothing really changed there. So I don't...
Yeah.
This doesn't incentivize him to nothing. This just incentivizes him to leave next year.
Yeah. I think it would be really funny if he went to Miami.
No, Stephon Diggs is a Patriot.
That would be even funnier.
Yeah.
Drake May to Diggs would feed families.
No. J.J. McCarthy to Diggs.
Bo Nix to Justin Jefferson.
No, don't you dare. You piece of shit. I'll stab you.
I'm manifesting it.
No, see, if we
Go
miss
get, like,
out, we just go
candles.
into next year and say fuck it and sign Dak. Do it again. We tried that once, but try again with a better quarterback. One that's less of a cunt. No, so the whole thing of literally everywhere he's ever gone, Kirk saying, I want to retire here. No, you don't. You want to go wherever they're going to give you the most money, no matter what. You don't want to win. You don't actually care. Shut up.
Man.
Cool.
He's...
But that does not make you a good quarterback. Sam Bradford was a good businessman, too. And Kirk Cousins belongs in that tier. He's not.
Well, see, the difference is Kirk Cousins isn't a businessman. He's the businessman.
True. That dude's made an incredible amount of money, and I respect that. But I think Dak might actually want to win a football game in his life. I don't think Kirk ever actually cared.
And
Dak
we doesn't want to do that.
Well, no, the Cowboys don't want to do that. Don't pretend that's Dak's fault. He tries.
Sometimes.
All the time. Even when the Packers were bullying him, Dak tried. The defense just got paid extra by Jerry Jones to not play.
True. Speaking of Kirk, did you see he confirmed why he didn't take 8?
Why?
It was because him and Diggs didn't want to pay for all the jerseys, like you said.
Yeah.
Which, common sense, but, it was still really funny because they were
I
talking
still
about
don't know why he didn't pick 12. He literally wore 12 in college in his first couple years in Washington.
The Falcons have anyone wearing 12?
I don't think so. Mac Hollins, maybe?
Daryl Hodge.
Was he okay? Yeah, buy out the 0 Kadarius Hodge jerseys. Woo.
I'll buy 5 Kadarius Hodge jerseys out of spite. Do not test me.
Yeah, but they don't actually exist. You'd have to pay for custom ones, dog.
True.
So, yeah.
But yeah, they said it was going to be which this is the part I don't get. So Diggs bought his jersey number from Jimmy Ward, right? He bought the number 1 off of him. Paid $100,000. Right?
Diggs is wearing number 1?
Yes.
Oh,
he bought the number 1
that.
off of Jimmy Ward for $100,000. Kirk said it for him and Pitts to buy up all the jerseys, it would have been a total of $100,000. And I think it's so funny the difference in players.
No, I think so. Diggs paid Jimmy Ward that. That wasn't a jersey thing. So Kirk would have had to give something else to Pitts too.
Right. My point is, though, it's so funny how willing players are, or the difference between players and how much they care about numbers. Because for Diggs to be here's $100,000. For Kirk to be $50,000 and a little extra to incentivize Pitts. Nah. I understand the logic. I'm just saying it's funny.
I don't.
It is a funny juxtaposition.
No, well, it is. But for Kirk, I don't get it. Just, dude, you've made more money playing football now than fucking Tom Brady did. Buy the jersey number.
Maybe
you freak.
he just wants to be a new man, cleanse himself of his former sins.
Yeah, but then why pick a number with such little aura? 18 has only looked good on one quarterback ever, and it won't be Kirk.
Yeah, it looked good on Caleb Williams in high school.
Is that what he wore in high? Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about that.
Because everyone's yapping about what numbers Caleb gonna wear. He's gonna wear 13. They're gonna give him 13.
He's gonna wear 12.
I don't know why this is a debate. I don't think he is. They're gonna give him 13.
Probably. I stand by Keenan Allen's going to wear 21, and it's going to bug everybody. He's going back to his college number.
I don't care. I just care that we have Caleb. I don't give a fuck who wears what number, dude. Put fucking Caleb in number 69 for all I care, man. He's going to play good football.
He's going to play good football.
See, if Caleb was a true hooper, if he was petty and a true hooper, he'd wear number 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he really wanted to smoke, he'd wear 1.
What if Caleb... I wonder how the rules go. The Bears, we're not going to let anybody wear 0. What if Caleb just says, I'm wearing 0?
I don't know. George McCaskey's either going to worship the ground he walks on or treat him like every other player. And either way, it's going to be weird.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'd give him whatever. I'd give him whatever number he wanted. I don't care. Retired, sold, I don't care. Giving it to him.
Right.
If the player whose number he wants is currently on the team, I'll cut him. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who it is. He wants number 90, deuces. Don't care.
I want number 2.
I think DJ Moore would just change back to 12 if that was a real thing.
Probably. Hold on. This is something that's bothered me because I don't think we have anyone, and I don't know why he didn't just pick this at fucking. Oh wait, yeah, we do. Dominique Robinson wears 90. That's right.
Oh, what is Montez wearing now?
He's always worn 98.
Right.
Or for the Bears, he's always worn 98.
Oh, in my head, I just thought it was 90 because it's always been 90 before the Bears.
Yeah, no.
That's why I made the 90 as the joke, is because it was Montez.
I knew what you were referring to, but in my head, I was also slightly confused. Because I remember when he got traded here, everyone, like, he picked because everyone knew he wouldn't be able to take 90 because Dominique Robinson's on the roster, even though he's been
yeah, but it's the mid-season and you can't change your number in the middle of the year.
Right. And I think Tez has too many jerseys in circulation now for him to want to change his number.
Yeah. Well, so he could ask to change his number now, but not do it until next year, and it wouldn't cost him anything.
Oh, really?
If you give a year of notice, like, I'm going to change my number, because then they can just stop printing your jerseys.
Right.
Though, with the way Fanatics jerseys are, it shouldn't cost him any money. They're not stitched. They're literally screen printed and trash. So it should cost nothing. But all right, I think we're going to wrap up there. Thank you for watching the viewer mailbag episode. Make sure to follow us on all of our socials. Follow Miller Football everywhere. I don't know. I'm the Geek Sliz. This has been The North, and we will see y'all next week.